Hi everyone, my name is Leo and with this video we will share a demo review of this brand new Hotone Verbera convolution reverb. First of all, we will hear the unit in action with the demo song, then we will describe in details the main characteristics of this unit, and finally I will give you my 2 cents. Let's start with some demo songs. Let's now describe the Hotone Verbera. The Verbera is an hardware convolution reverb pedal that represents the first unit in Hotone's new Neon Glow series, which is a pedal line designed for players seeking, according to Hotone, studio quality tone in compact stomp boxes. Before describing the features and technical characteristics of the Verbera, let me briefly explain what convolution reverb is. Well, it is a digital audio technique that uses impulse responses, I mean IRs, to recreate the exact acoustic characteristics of specific environments or hardware devices. Essentially, it is an audio fingerprints of real spaces or hardware units. Unlike traditional algorithmic reverbs that generate reverb mathematically, convolution reverb captures the actual sound of a space like a cathedral, concert hall or vintage reverb unit, allowing us to place our instrument or voice in that exact sonic environment. Coming back to the Verbera, at the heart there is a dual engine design. On one side we have the IR convolution engine that captures real spaces and hardware units. On the other side there is the so-called XR engine, which is an algorithmic reverb. These two engines can be layered and shaped independently, and this is pretty interesting. The unit supports reverb tails up to 20 seconds in mono or 10 seconds in stereo, using Hotone's proprietary convolution engine, and the XR reverb features a freeze function that creates endlessly evolving textures and ambient. A pretty interesting feature is the reverb cloning function, which allows us to capture and create custom IRs from our favorite pedals or effects directly within the unit itself. and the Verbera can store up to 1024 IRs and up to 200 presets. This is quite interesting, a sort of profiling option dedicated to time effects, I mean reverbs more specifically. The Verbera ships with 120 built-in impulse responses that include both real-world spaces captured, for instance, from symphonic halls, European cathedrals, and aerospace facilities, as well as classical studio gear simulations like spring and plate reverbs. Additionally, there are some original Hotone crafted IRs that offer more creative reverbs textures. For instance, with time warping delay trails, shimmering textures, etc. The user interface includes an LCD screen with built-in IR browsing and sorting capabilities, being able to sort IRs by name, tail, length, smoothness, and more. Furthermore, there is an app at our disposal called Neon Collector, useful to manage our IRs and to customize our presets, or to import user wave files, or to organize libraries and keep up firmware updates. The unit features dual foot switch modes, preset mode and control mode, with dual color LED rings that show effect status at a glance. In terms of connectivity, the Verbera provides stereo input via a TRS cable and stereo TRS outputs, so I guess these are balanced outputs. Then we have MIDI I/O jacks or expression pedal input for additional control. We also have USB connectivity for firmware updates and preset management via the free Neon Collector PC Mac software aforementioned. Before summarizing the more nerdy tech specs, let me share some use cases for this unit and its advantages. First, of course, we can add the Verbera to our guitar-oriented pedalboard, and we can do it also for amp modeling pedalboards that already offer reverb effects. Why? Well, because convolution reverbs are not so commonly offered by our amp modeling pedalboards, and if there are, typically convolution reverb taxes a lot the DSP of our pedalboard. So this pedal could be very useful to complete our signal chain without taxing too much our existing amp modeling pedalboards. Second, it can be used in studio situations while mixing, both in order to have a convolution reverb, which is not taxing our CPU, or second, to have some creative effects at our disposal, for instance, mixing the convolution reverb with the algorithmic ones. Third, of course, we can use it for our acoustic guitar or other instruments more in general, including the voice, when, for instance, we want to place our instrument or voice in a real place while recording or while playing. Going into more nerdy stuff, we have a 32-bit AD-DA conversion with a pure analog drive-through circuit designed and 115 dB of signal-to-noise ratio, where 32 bits provides benefits beyond just SNR, including greater dynamic range and better handling of low-level signal during internal processing. For power requirements, the Verbera runs at 9V DC center negative power supply with a current draw at 1 ampere. The dimensions are the ones shown in the screen, and it weighs 484 grams. The price point is €300 or dollars or 249 pounds. Final considerations here, and please notice that these are gonna be my personal opinions for my specific use cases, and you may not agree with me, and this is totally fine. Furthermore, Hotone has sent me this unit for free, and this video is actually sponsored by Hotone. But as you know, you are my clients, so as usually, I will tell you my honest opinions. Let's examine the pros and cons of the unit. The pros. First, the dual engine design with both convolution and algorithmic reverbs provides a pretty interesting and versatile unit for sound design. The ability to layer IR convolution with the XL algorithmic reverb, including the freeze function, opens up creative possibilities that go beyond traditional reverb pedals, and I have had a lot of fun experimenting with such reverbs combinations. Second, the collection of 120 built-in IRs offers a pretty wide range of both realistic spaces and creative textures from cathedral halls to sci-fi inspired atmospheres to recreation of spring reverb hardware units, which is nice. Third, the reverb cloning function is particularly interesting, allowing us to capture custom IRs from other pedals or effects directly within the unit. This is a kind of profiler for reverb effects, which is of course an interesting feature. For instance, sometimes we have some cool plugins that we use as reverbs in our DAW, and now we can clone them using them in our pedalboard, which is cool, and as I have explained previously. Fourth, the stereo I/O allows the unit to complete our amp modeling pedalboard without taxing its DSP, or allows this unit to be used also while mixing. In terms of cons, well, I would say that the price point, while being competitive for a convolution reverb pedal, may be on the high side for some users compared to traditional algorithmic reverb pedals. Additionally, the learning curve might be higher than simpler reverb pedals due to the extensive feature set and dual engine design, but it is of course the price to pay to obtain the full advantages offered by this unit, even if of course players looking for simple classic reverb sounds can use those reverbs in a pretty simple way with this unit. All in all, I would say that the Hotone Verbera offers a very interesting convolution reverb platform for guitarists and musicians seeking high-quality spatial effects in a compact format. The dual-engine design provides creative flexibility, and well, as the first unit in Hotone's Neon Glow series, I'm now pretty curious to know what's coming next. Please let me know your opinions in the comment section below. I'm curious to discuss and share the tonal differences you may have heard and to which other convolution reverb units you would compare the Verbera. We have now reached the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell and leave a thumb up, as it will be of great help. If you're interested in my IRs or tonics or NAMP profiles, you can check out the link in the card above or description below, where there is also a link to a playlist of songs of mine and to my new EP, Art, Love, Freedom. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.